Good afternoon from a sunny Atyrau. Tonight I'm flying Kazakhstan's FlyArystan. They are a subsidiary of Air Astana, and in fact they use the same codes for their flight numbers. And I'm going to take them on a flight from here in Atyrau to Aktobe. I have an hour to spend here in the city. I'll grab some lunch, probably at Burger King, because needs to be fast. And then I'm heading back to the airport. The airport bus takes about 45 minutes, maybe longer if there's traffic. Quite a beautiful bit of the city here along the river. It's quite a nice promenade. Not sure what else Atyrau has to offer. I'm not gonna find out on this trip because there's no time. Well, maybe someday. Lunch finished. Let's head back to the airport. I did some research during lunch. Apparently the bus fare here in Atyrau is 150 tenge. When I went here from the airport, I gave the driver 100 tenge because I thought it's like the standard fare. And he was slightly confused. Now I know why. But I mean, why can't they just put up signs like in front of the bus? Like when you enter, you see the sign. That would make things so much easier. At least for people who don't speak the language and cannot really ask the driver. That's me.
I didn't have to wait long for a bus. Number 21 was not exactly crowded and took me to the airport in about 35 minutes.
And welcome back to Atyrau Airport. Took me like 40 minutes to get here. Bus number 21. Actually, I still have some time. So maybe I'll just hang out here. It's a nice area. They have a statue of some famous woman related to aviation. I don't know who she is, but maybe it's worth to find out. I'm already checked in. I have a mobile boarding pass, and FlyArystan actually charges you if you use the check-in counter. So I'm not gonna print a boarding pass today. I'm just gonna use the mobile boarding pass, and then we'll fly to Aktobe.
I went inside the terminal, which kind of reminded me of a bus station. I had something to eat, and then I discovered some information on who the statue outside was for. Riastos was the first female pilot of Kazakhstan and served in the Soviet military in the Second World War. In 2004 she received the title of a Hero of Kazakhstan. Further exploring the airport, I discovered an office of Caspian caviar. Originally caviar only came from the Caspian Sea, but nowadays it is produced worldwide, most of it in China.
Just tried going through security, but it's too early. They only let in people for one flight at a time. Now it's the time for the Almaty flight of Air Astana, and the Aktobe flight will be the one after that. So yeah, they seem to have only one gate as well, like most airports in Central Asia, I don't know.
After a while it was time to clear security and go airside.
Now in the gate area, it's really a very small gate area. As expected, they have only one gate. I don't know why all the regional airports here have only one gate. I guess it makes it easier for security, but I don't know. Like if the airport wants to expand, like handle more flights at the same time, could become an issue. Also, I actually found some check-in machines of FlyArystan. And they actually let you print the boarding pass for free at those machines. I didn't know that before. And actually yesterday during the online check-in I got very lucky too, because FlyArystan charges for like seat selection during online check-in, unless you take the seat that's automatically assigned to you by the system. Now luckily the system actually assigned me a window seat automatically, so I didn't need to change that at all. If it had assigned me an aisle or a middle seat, I would have changed to a window seat for sure, and I would have paid for it, but luckily that didn't happen. The special thing about FlyArystan is that, like according to Skytrax, like if you give something about Skytrax, I usually don't, but anyway, it's nevertheless interesting to see that Skytrax sees them as a 4-star low-cost carrier, and there's actually only very few 4-star low-cost carriers in the world. But I don't actually know what distinguishes a 4-star low-cost carrier from a 1-star. Like, I mean, in the end they all offer similar products and you have to pay extra for everything, so I'm not really sure. And they were in fact also named the best low-cost carrier in the Central Asian region, whatever that means. Well, I guess we'll find out today. And also I found out that the word Aristan actually means lion in the Kazakh language, because I was wondering for some time what Aristan actually means, what it stands for, and yeah, apparently it means lion. By the way, they have automated English announcements as well. So there's Kazakh, Russian and English, like even for domestic flights, which is very nice. As for the gate screens, it looked like they connected a USB stick containing flight-specific folders with JPEG files for different languages. Today's ride would be this close to 10-year-old Airbus A320. Like all of FlyArystan's fleet, it is a leased aircraft registered in Ireland.
Welcome on board this FlyArystan service.
Welcome aboard the FlyArystan Airbus A320. Crew was very friendly on boarding. Aircraft looks very nice outside. I like the livery. I like the lion. It's pretty awesome. Apart from that, cabin is standard for a low-cost carrier. I mean, legroom could be better, honestly, but it's clean. They do have a menu. I'll go through that when we're airborne. The sun is setting outside. Quite a nice view. It's gonna take roughly 1 hour to Aktobe, maybe less. Actually, the flight time should be less. And the flight is also completely full. So, I don't know, like almost all the flights in Central Asia are pretty rammed. Like they are completely fully booked. That's interesting. I mean, flying is definitely easier than taking a bus or even a train. Like a train between Atyrau and Aktobe would probably take 10 hours. I don't know. Maybe less, but the flight only takes like less than 1 hour and is very cheap as well, so naturally flying is the preferred choice. And I'm not entirely sure because I couldn't see much out the airport windows, the view was kind of blocked, but I think the crew came aboard just before this flight, so if they're starting their work now in the evening, they might have won the night shift, but I don't know how many sectors this aircraft will fly today or tonight.
Aboard the flight, thank you for attention.
Giving приятия, да. Армия да пришек сърпис.
It's only a short flight, but let's have a look at the buy on board menu. There are a couple of sandwiches and things like pizza pieces for 3,300 tenge. I found it a bit on the pricey side as I had a whole pizza in a restaurant in Shymkent for just 2,800 tenge. The pastry selection looked quite nice though. They also offer 2 hot meal choices, but I'm not sure if those are really available on such a short flight. The drink selection was rather extensive and I thought the same of the whole menu. Even though it is a bit pricey, I had the impression that there was a wide variety of options which, at least on paper, looked quite tasty. They also offer you to pre-order meals with a discount before your flight. There was not much more to discover and half an hour later we were on the approach to Aktobe.
Arrival procedure.
And welcome to colorful Aktobe Airport. Now unfortunately I have no choice but to take a taxi because the bus doesn't go where I need to go, and there is no bus anymore at this time. So let's see about the taxi.
during the ride to town, I couldn't help but notice that the airport was not the only brightly lit structure here. All the decoration sure looked nice in the dark. The airport is not far from the city, and after less than 10 minutes I arrived at my hotel.
Welcome to the Hotel Dastan, a very big hotel here in central Aktobe. I think it's central. Actually, I don't know where the city center is. This room smells like someone smoked in here, honestly. It's disgusting. Yeah, taxi from the airport to here cost me 2,000 tenge, which I actually think is a fair price. It's like €5, I think. Although taxi is the wrong word. I think it's a private car. When I got to the car, there was actually already someone inside, like another passenger. It's quite common in Central Asia, like to have shared taxis or shared private cars for that matter. And usually that's fine. It's just a bit strange. But anyway, it all went well. I'm here. Yeah, what else? The flight on FlyArystan was fine. The crew is nice. The aircraft is clean. They have a very extensive onboard menu, and we arrived on time. It was a nice airline to fly, and sure, I would fly them again. Let's see what we have in this room. We have 2 bottles of water. Okay, that's actually quite cool. They have a beer opener, like fixated on the wall, or like a bottle opener in general, not just beer. We have a bathrobe. Reasonably comfortable. We have an extra blanket and a rather small bathroom. I'm gonna stay in Aktobe for 1 night and half a day, or like almost a day. And tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. I will fly another airline to Astana. Until then, enjoy your travels.